It's not just an ordinary Tuesday. Welcome to Terrier Tuesdays, the show where you can get to know some of Boston University's best and brightest student athletes.
All right, welcome to another edition of Terrier Tuesdays. My name is Kevin Edelson. I'm pleased to be joined by men's lacrosse goaltender Joe McSorley. And Joe, thanks so much for joining us here.
Thanks for having me.
So obviously your season was cut short in 2020, but still an impressive year for you and certainly an impressive career for you. What were your general takeaways from your 4 years here at BU?
Yeah, I enjoyed every second of it. Being a part of the men's lacrosse team was an honor, with great coaches and great teammates that allowed me to succeed on and off the field. But biggest takeaway, I think, is all the awesome people I met that always supported me and pushed me to be the best that I can on the field and in the classroom. And it was just so much fun. I'm going to miss it a ton. But it's over. What's done is done. I'm happy with what we did as a team and as a program and where we're heading in the future.
Yeah, it seems like every men's lacrosse class now over the last 7 years it's always been important to leave that legacy. And I think that you guys certainly did in your 4 years. How important was it to make sure that you left the BU men's lacrosse program in a better place than when you found it?
Yeah, I think being such a young program, that's super important. Every class needs to take pride in that and leaving it better than we came in. And I think we did that. And it started off my freshman year, seeing what the seniors left for us to build upon. And I think every class has done an awesome job since then. My class making 3 Patriot League playoff appearances. And then this year, obviously cutting short, but could have done great things. I think the program's in a great spot, and I'm excited to be an alumni and support the growth of the program because I think it's heading in a great direction.
Obviously, when you played Colgate in late February, you had no idea it would be your last game, but how nice is it looking back to know that you certainly ended on a high note, especially with the way that you guys won with that fourth quarter comeback?
Yeah, that was really cool to look back and see that we ended on a big win like that. Big Patriot League win. Patriot League wins are always very tough to get. So having that as my last game to look back on is something super special, and I'll hold that with me forever. And our class definitely cherishes that moment.
For sure. And obviously that's one memory in many that you have. And I know it's hard to necessarily pick just one favorite memory through your 4 years here, but is there any one particular game, one particular moment off the field that sticks out to you as you look back?
I'd probably say our playoff run my sophomore year when we beat Bucknell and then headed down to Loyola for the playoffs. The Bucknell win was massive for us. They were highly ranked, and we came out firing and had a great game and ended up winning, and then headed straight to Maryland for the playoffs. So that was a really cool trip to experience, being the underdog and then getting to advance in the playoffs and make a run when no one expected us to. So that was a lot of fun.
Yeah, how crazy! Let's talk about that game because I'm sure some people may not remember it back. It was all the way in April of 2018, but to score the last 6 goals of the game and to be down the fourth quarter against a Bucknell team that was number 10 in the country and had given BU problems. Historically, Bucknell was always a tough out for BU, and to be able to come back and never give up, it seemed like kind of a program-defining win at that moment.
Oh, yeah, it definitely was. I think everyone counted us out that season. We didn't have the best regular season in the Patriot League, but coming in, we knew how good we were, and we were ready to show it. And just getting a huge win on the road like that in the playoffs, a night game, it was super special. Seeing all the parents after the game celebrating, and then road tripping it down to Maryland and having just an awesome weekend with your teammates was something special.
Is that the thing you might miss the most? Because you obviously spend 1 week with your team, but you're really spending 4 years with your team, and I know you're close with your other classmates, and you're thankfully able to keep in touch with them and remain close with them. But I'm sure to be with 50 other guys on a daily basis is something that you can't possibly replicate, and it's so hard for other people to understand how important that relationship is.
Yeah, definitely. That's by far the thing I'm going to miss the most is the camaraderie in the locker room, people don't really understand how much time we actually spend together. So you get to know each and every guy, which is really cool. You spend every 6 a.m. lifts to night practices and everywhere in between, going to classes, and then you spend the weekends together hanging out with the boys. So it's going to be something I miss a lot for sure.
So now you're in Boston. Being a Baltimore guy, how do you feel about being a Ravens fan, living in Pat's territory here?
I'll always be a Ravens fan. That won't be an issue for sure.
No one up here is trying to convince you to change allegiances here, huh?
No, I think my family would disown me if that happened.
Likewise. I'm a Patriots fan, so I feel like I would be in hot water if I moved down anywhere else and change sides. Lastly, let's talk a little bit about your future. You mentioned to me off camera that you're studying to be a CPA. Just kind of take us through, your studies. You graduated summa cum laude from Questrom, and just take us through a little bit of what your future plans might be.
Yeah, I had an awesome experience in Questrom. I studied finance and accounting, and it was an awesome program to be a part of. And I interned at a company called KPMG last year, where I'll be continuing full time in the fall. And this summer, I'll be spending my time studying for the CPA license. And I'm excited to start working in the real world and start working in Boston specifically. I'm excited about that.
Great. Well, Joe, thank you so much for an amazing 4 years here at BU. And we look forward to watching you continue your success in the real world. And we hope to talk to you soon.
Awesome. Thanks, Kevin.
Thanks for tuning in to Terrier Tuesdays. Give us a follow on our social media accounts at BU Athletics on Twitter and Instagram for more content.